Oh, come on! Hello club members and welcome to another Quickie review. I've been reviewing a lot of trash lately and needed to cleanse my palate with something good. Today's game is DNF Duel, a PS4 and PS5 fighting game spin-off of the 2009 online brawler Dungeon Fighter Online. Now, I love fighting games, and this one was developed by ArcSys, a great studio that makes all the anime fighter games like Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighterz, Persona 4 Arena, and a ton of others. Unlike Dungeon Fighter Online, DNF Duel is a one-on-one fighter like Street Fighter and Guilty Gear. The characters are all classes taken from the free-to-play PC game, each with a story mode you can play through to get better acquainted with each class in the world they live in. Or don't, I'm not forcing you to. It's certainly not necessary to know any lore to enjoy the game, which is great because the story mode is mainly just a bunch of pictures of talking characters with some fights sprinkled throughout. You know, like every other JRPG made now. Like any other fighter, you can jump into a free play match, you can train, play a local match against friends, or jump online where, at least for me, the matches ran really smoothly and I didn't encounter any lag. For someone like me coming from Street Fighter V, this was actually really great and also prevented me from blaming my connection when I got stomped by someone. Now, the gameplay itself is really where the game shines, and if you're familiar with either Dragon Ball Fighterz or Guilty Gear, you're going to know what to expect, which is gorgeous hand-drawn art with awesome effects, face-melting super moves, and gameplay that's as deep as you want it to be. If you're interested in playing it but aren't great at fighting games, then I assure you, at least as well as a stranger you don't know on the internet can assure you, is that the game's very beginner-friendly and you'll learn the ropes from spending just a few minutes in the tutorial. Something I really dig in this game is that you have the option to change the inputs for special moves. So that means that basically you can do quarter circle motions or charge moves like in other fighting games, or you can stick with the defaults here, which is hitting one of the two special buttons along with a direction on the analog stick, and each direction that you push the stick in is going to be a different move. If you're a fan of how Smash Bros. Plays, then you're going to feel right at home with this. You've got your standard variety of fighters like range-heavy fighters, grapplers, rushdown characters, and they all play really differently from one another, and you'll get a different experience out of each one. You'll really want to play as each class to decide which one you like most, but they're all really fun and they look great, especially compared to their much older pixelated versions in Dungeon Fighter Online. The roster has 16 characters and you can unlock the final boss to top out at 17. So it's not that big of a roster, but again, there's a lot of variety here, and I'm guessing if the game sells enough, we're probably going to see DLC passes, which, love or hate, is what every fighting game does now to stretch that longevity out as long as possible while making that fat cash. Lastly, the music and sound are pretty typical for an ArcSys game, and you can expect guitar-heavy rock music to fight to, and the voices are all in Japanese. One last thing I'll mention is that you can get in-game currency for playing, and there's a gallery to unlock profile pics and art, things like that. Not really the most exciting stuff to unlock, but it's there to do. So as far as fighting games go, DNF Duel is an easy recommendation for anybody wanting a new fighter to mess with. It's easy for beginners to jump into, it's easy on the eyes, has a great roster of fun characters, and I hope to see you online. Thanks for watching. Congratulations! You're one of an elite few to make it to the end of the video. Reward yourself by hitting the round subscribe button in the middle, and then check out the other goodies I've got and the links next to it.